World of Tanks, what is Frontline? Frontline is a special game mode for World of Tanks that is available approximately 4 weeks per year. It will be, the weeks will not be consecutive, maybe 1 week per month over the course of like 4 months. The game has 30 versus 30 players on a huge map divided into 9 quadrants. I believe the size of the map is going to be 3,000 by 3,000 kilometers. One team is assaulting, the other team is defending. So if you know what the assault defend game mode is in World of Tanks and random battles, that's the way it is in Frontline. You win the game by destroying 3 of the final objectives in the northern part of the map. There's 5 final objectives. They're basically cannons. In order to advance, you must capture bases in the southern zone, and then the defenders will retreat, which allows you to advance towards the final objective. The games last about 25 minutes. A quick game will be about 18 minutes, and a long game will be about 27 minutes. The total map size is approximately 9 times larger than a regular random battle map. That's because it's 9 maps stitched together, and you can travel between adjacent maps as long as you have unlocked those zones by capturing the base in those zones. So random battles are 15 versus 15. Frontline is 30 versus 30. However, it starts 10 versus 10 in each zone, each of 3 zones. Players are free to travel around the map or to respawn in a distant zone as long as you control the territory or are contesting the territory. Frontline features repair areas that allow you to repair your vehicle during battle, combat reserves that allow you to call in airstrikes, and you can respawn multiple times in any tier 8 tank in your garage that is ready for battle. You can use premium tanks, and they have rental tanks that you can use. I am going to show you the Frontline map for one of the maps. So this is the map Epic Normandy, and the assaulting team starts out on the bottom, south of the A, B, and C. They have to capture A, B, and C, and if you capture A, it unlocks D. If you capture B, it opens E, and if you capture C, it opens F. You can drive between the maps, either going around the south, through the middle, etc., around the north. And if you capture D, E, or F, it opens up the 5 objectives, which are large cannons, and you have to get to the side or behind the cannons in order to destroy them. There's 2 maps right now. The other one is called Craftworks, and it's a very fun game. Very good. You do gotta have fast tanks are better, because if you have a slow tank and you spawn in and your team wins, the enemy is going to retreat, and you have to drive all the way, and they might capture this, and you have to drive all the way through, and you might make it here without doing any combat. So that's what Frontline is. If you want to read a little bit about it, go to World of Tanks, and there's actually a forum that I have. It doesn't have a lot of content right now, but it's got some tips in it, maps. I'll do a guide. It's got some bonus codes and screenshots and wallpapers. That's what the final objective looks like right there. Got to hit it on the side or from the rear. This is Craftwork. This is obviously Epic Normandy. There's airplanes, but they're not player controlled. This is what it looks like. This is number 3. You have to climb up the hill. This is much higher than the ground below. And this is E. The cap is the green circle over here. and there's an enemy tank sitting on the cap over here. He's probably a defender. And this shows a repair facility, which is a yellow circle. Over here, where the castle is, there's a gun. I'm pointing to it with the mouse pointer, which is this gun right here. You can actually damage it from down below. You can fire up at it. Okay, so let's go to page 2. I will put more content. This is again the map and craft work. That's an example of a tunnel that's in some of the maps. This is a base. I believe it's already been captured, which is, or it could be that you're on the opposing team, which is why it's a different color. This is the base for Cap D on craft work, and this is Cap B is in the circle over here. So another thing I want to add, I was the one who suggested to Wargaming to do this type of map. They did something called Grand Battles, which you may have heard of, which they took the regular map and made it bigger. And I made the suggestion, make quadrants and stitch them together and make it so that there's mountains dividing them and you got to drive between, and you use like rolling hills so you can't see far away. And I have a really good understanding of the way the map works, and I've seen other games that do this. The first game I saw that did it was Fairy Tale Adventure. You didn't know that they were stitched together, but if you went forward, it would slow down. But if you came back, it was fast. So I knew, oh, they're loading the maps in, which is why it's slow. When you go back, it's already loaded in. It's cache. This was in the 1980s. So that's how I figured out, oh, you can make infinite maps. I made an airplane game in August of 2001 where I had an infinite scrolling map. So I did some game development, and I knew about stitching maps, and that's why I made the suggestion. They did a really great job with the game. It's my favorite game mode. If you have any questions or comments, go to cheapbooks.cc, look for video games, war games, World of Tanks, or go to video-game-news.com and look for Frontline. World of Tanks.